Hello students, I am Azizi, Professor Electronics. In our previous session, we have learned that how to display characters on the LCD on a particular row and particular column. In this session, we will learn that how to print a message on any row of this LCD and how to print the numeric data, that is embedded data, on this LCD. So let's start our today's session. And here we can find the circuit based on AT89C51 microcontroller, and we have connected the LCD on port 0 of the microcontroller, and we have connected 3 control signals on port 2.3, port 2.4 and port 2.5. In our previous session, we have written a program to print the numbers and characters on this LCD, and in this session we will learn that how to print a message on the first row of this LCD. And here we can find our previously written program, and here we can check we have selected the address, that is first row and first column, and we have written the character, that is 0, on the first row and first column of the LCD as character. So if you would like to print the number that is 0 other than the character mode, so here we will write its equivalent hexadecimal number as given in ASCII chart, that is 30H. So here we will write 30H. It means the equivalent hexadecimal number for the character, that is 0. So we can use two ways to print a character on the LCD, that is by using its equivalent hexadecimal number as given in ASCII chart, or writing the character to the port as text. So here we can write the 0 as text like this. The result of the program will be same if we send the character to the port as character mode or the equivalent hexadecimal number as given in ASCII chart. And now we'll modify the same program to write a text message on first row of the LCD. And now we'll save the same file with the new name, that is LCD message display. So we'll go to the file and we'll write save as. Here in LCD programs folder, we'll write the name of our new file, that is LCD message display. So here we will write that is LCD .A51 okay, save. And now we'll close this project and we will open a new project, new Microvision project. And here we will assign the name to our project, that is LCD message display. So here we will write okay, save. Now we select the microcontroller. Okay, no. Target 1, right click, option for target 1, and here we will select the crystal oscillator, that is 12 megahertz, and we'll go to the output, and here we'll check this box, that is create hex file. Okay. Now go to the source group 1, right click, add existing file to the group 1, and here we can find our ASM file, that is LCD message display. We'll select this file. Okay, add. Now open, and here we can find our previously written program. Now we'll modify the name of our project. So here we'll write that is LCD message display. Okay, save. And here we can find we have already written the LCD initialization commands for our LCD. And now I'll modify our program to write the message on the first row of the LCD. And now we will write the message that we want to display on the LCD. And here before the end instruction we will write the message. And here we will assign a label, that is message 1. So we'll write the message 1 using colon, and here we will write the message as data block. So we will write that is DB, and we'll write the message as text, and here we'll write the message, that is my first LCD project. As we are using a 20x4 LCD, so here we have written a message of 20 characters, that is my first LCD project. If we'll count the length of this message including the blank spaces, the length of this message will be 20 characters. And now we'll print this 20 character message on the first row of the LCD. And now we'll see that how to use this data block in our program. And here we can find two registers, that is data pointer low and data pointer high, with address that is 82H and 83H. The data pointer is the only register which has 16-bit length, to point out any address within the program within a 64K memory. And now we will use this 16-bit register, that is data pointer, in our program to print the data on LCD. And here we can see we are using two subroutines, that is go position and print character in our main routine. So we'll leave the first routine as it is, that is go position, but we'll change the name of the second routine and we'll assign the name to this routine, that is print message. So here we'll change this name, that is print message. So here we'll write print message, and here we'll also change the label, and here we'll also change the comments. And now we'll modify this routine to print the message on the first row of the LCD. So first we'll remove all the instructions from this subroutine. And now we will start writing our new subroutine. And here on first line we will initialize a variable, that is R3, and we will write that is move R3. R3 is a register from the register bank, comma hash 00H, and we will write that is move DPTR, that is a data pointer, comma hash, and here we have the name of the label, that is MSG1, and we will write that is MSG1. It means that we have moved the address location of the message 1 to the data pointer. And here we'll call another subroutine, that is display routine. So here we will write that is call DISP underscore R, and after calling the subroutine we'll call a delay of 2 milliseconds, and here we will write that is call MS delay, and after calling this delay our program will get return from the subroutine. So here we will write that is return, and now we'll write the new subroutine, that is display R. So here we will write, and here we will write the name of the subroutine, that is display R. So here we will write DISP underscore R using colon, and here first we'll set the status of the RS bit as 1. So we'll write that is set bit RS, and we will move the value of the R3 to the accumulator, which we have initialized in our print message routine. So here we will write that is move accumulator, comma R3, and now we'll write the instruction to move the first character from the message to the accumulator. So here we'll write the instruction, that is move quote. Here we have used a new instruction, that is move quote, and here we will write that is accumulator, comma @ accumulator, that is use the number in accumulator as address, and we have the number that is 00 in accumulator. So here we have used a new instruction, that is move C, that is move quote accumulator @ accumulator plus DPTR, and this instruction will move the first character from the message to the accumulator. And now we'll move the contents of the accumulator to the LCD port. So here we will write that is move LCD PRT, comma A, and now we'll call a delay of 2 milliseconds. So here we will write that is call MSDLY. After moving the value of the accumulator to the LCD port, now we'll clear the status of the enable bit. So here we will write that is clear EN, and we'll call the MS delay once again. So here we will write that is call MSDLY, and after calling this delay we'll set the status of the enable bit as 1. So here we will write that is set bit EN, and we'll call the MS delay once again. As we have to print 20 characters on the LCD display, so here we will compare the value of R3 with 19. If the value of R3 will not be equals to 19, then our program will increment the value of R3 and will move the value of the next character to the accumulator. So here we will compare the value of the R3. So here we will write that is compare jump not equal R3, comma hash 19, comma NXT CHR. It means if the value of R3 is not equals to 19, then go to next character. But if the value of the R3 will be equals to 19, then a program will clear the status of the RS bit and will get returned from the subroutine. So here we will write that is clear rs and return, and now we'll write the subroutine, that is next character. So here we will write nxt underscore chr using colon, and here we will write that is increment R3. After incrementing the value of R3, our program will go back to move the value of the next character to the accumulator. So here we will write that is jump go back, and here after this instruction, that is set rs bit, we'll assign the label that is go back. So here we will write go back using colon, and here we have completed our print message routine, and now we'll analyze our routine. When a program will come to the subroutine, that is print message, on first line it will initialize the value of R3 to the 00H, then it will move the address of the message 1 to the data pointer, and it will call a subroutine, that is display routine, and after calling a millisecond delay, this program will get returned from the subroutine. And here in display R, we have set the status of rs bit, and we have moved the value of the R3 register to the accumulator, and the value of R3 at this stage is 00H, and here we have written that is move code accumulator @accumulator plus data pointer. It means that move the code in accumulator using the contents of the accumulator as address plus dptr, and here at this line 0 will be added to the data pointer, and the value of the first character from the message 1 will be moved to the accumulator, and we'll move the value of the accumulator to the LCD port. It means we have moved the first character from the message to the LCD port, and here we have called the millisecond delay, then we have cleared the enable bit, and we have called the millisecond delay once again, and we have set the status of the enable bit, and here we have called the millisecond delay once again, and here on this line we are checking if the value of R3 is not equals to 19. It means we want to print 20 characters on row 1. That's why we are comparing the value of R3 with 19, that is from 0 to 19 means 20 positions. If the value of the R3 register is not equals to 19, then our program will jump to the next character, and here it will increment the value of R3, and now the value of R3 is 1, and we have moved the value of the R3 to the accumulator on this line. Now the number 1 will be added to the data pointer, and the second character from the message 1 will be moved to the accumulator, and here we will place the second character on LCD port, and we will repeat this procedure 20 times, that is from 0 to 19, until all the characters will be printed to the row. And here we have selected the row address, that is ATH, and now we'll compile our program and we'll check the result of our program on Proteus software. Here we can find an error. The label is same, that is go back, and here we have the same label, that is go back, and here we'll change the name, that is go back CHR, and we will also change the name here, that is go back underscore CHR, and now we'll compile our program. 0 error, 0 warnings. As we have written a new project, so we'll load a new hex file to the microcontroller. And here we have the hex file, that is LCD message display. OK. And now we'll run the simulation. And here we can find we have displayed the first message on row 1 of the LCD. That is my first LCD project. Here in this session, we have learned that how to print a message on row 1 of the LCD. In our next session, we will learn that how to print the messages on other rows of the LCD. And we'll also learn that how to print the embedded data on the LCD display. Thanks for watching the Assembly Language Programming course. We hope that you find this course very helpful to learn Assembly Language Programming. If you feel that this course contributes and enhances your embedded system design knowledge, then go ahead and hit like, share and subscribe buttons, and do not forget to press bell icon to stay updated with every new upcoming video from Electro Educators as soon as it goes up. Electro Educators also offers technical consultancy in following fields. For assistance regarding technical problems, projects and any consultancy, feel free to reach out at our email address electroeducators@gmail.com. Okay, see you in next lecture.